99% of men don't do this. And women love it. It seems extreme, maybe, but let me ask you this. How many times have you seen a boy who seems to have it all, and yet keeps striving to create connections, deep and meaningful with women? It's not about looks, money, or trust. The truth is that most men are overlooked by skipping certain small but powerful gestures that can make them irresistible. And today, I'm going to reveal 5 hidden secrets that women secretly crave but rarely admit. These are not the typical dating tips you've heard 100 times. They are subtle psychological triggers supported both by science and by ancient Stoic wisdom, which can transform the way women perceive you, making you unforgettable without much effort. Imagine this. What would happen if you could access the subconscious desires that most women don't even realize they have? What would happen if you could easily stand out from 99% of men? Not by chasing, not by showing off, but by understanding what really makes a woman feel desired and emotionally connected. And here's the thing. If you don't know these secrets, you are at a great disadvantage. You could be missing out on building the kind of attraction that leaves her thinking about you long after you've left the room. That's why you need secret number 1, a mindset shift to accept aging with confidence. Stay until the end of this video. The last secret is the most powerful, and once you understand it, you'll never see attraction the same way again. Before we dive in, do me a favor. If you are serious about mastering these game-changing techniques, click like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the life-changing insights to come. Let's begin. Secret 1. The power of touch before intimacy. Imagine this. You're on a date, the conversation flows, you're both laughing, and everything seems to be going well. But something doesn't click. You notice that the connection isn't really there. She's engaged, but not fully hooked. You leave, you send a follow-up text, and then silence. No response. What happened? Most men focus only on words when trying to build attraction. They think a great conversation is enough. But for women, connection is not only verbal, it's also physical and emotional. And there is one incredibly underrated way to create that connection. Touch. Not in a demanding or aggressive manner. Not in a way that makes her uncomfortable, but in a subtle, intentional, deeply meaningful way. One of the most overlooked gestures that women crave is a simple, soft massage before intimacy. It sounds simple, right? But here's why it's powerful. For women, emotional connection is often more important than physical attraction. A well-placed, non-sexual touch communicates much more than words ever could. It says, I see you. You matter to me. I want you to feel safe and comfortable with me. It's not about being a massage therapist or trying to impress her. It's about presence, being in the moment, making her feel relaxed, understood, and desired, not only physically but emotionally. The key is that it's not just about the touch itself. It's about the intention behind it. If you're just following steps, it won't work. But if you're present, engaged, and truly paying attention to how she reacts, she'll feel it. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, once said, "Don't waste any more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Don't overthink it. Don't make it weird. Just be in the moment and let your actions do the rest." Here's the hard truth. Most men never take the time to understand this concept. That's why they remain in the 99% who struggle with emotional intimacy. But the men who do, they create deep and lasting connections that women cannot forget. In a world where most guys chase instant gratification and shallow interactions, this thoughtful approach is rare. But when you master it, you become part of the 1%, the men who truly understand what women desire at the deepest level. Secret 2. The art of respectful flirting. Most men misinterpret flirting. They either overdo it, coming off as needy and desperate, or they hold back too much out of fear of making a mistake. The truth is, women love flirting when it's done with confidence, subtlety, and respect. A man who knows how to flirt instantly stands out because he creates an exciting energy without pressure. Flirting isn't about impressing her with cheesy jokes or exaggerated compliments. It's about keeping things playful, light, and engaging. Think of it as a dance. You lead, she follows, but neither should feel forced. One of the best ways is through playful teasing. For example, if she says she loves a certain food, you could reply, "Really? That's your favorite? You've clearly never tried my cooking." It's a subtle challenge that keeps the conversation interesting and creates a fun sense of competition. Even more importantly, good flirting isn't about seeking approval. When you try too hard to impress, you lose your edge. Women are naturally drawn to men who are comfortable in their own skin, men who can joke and play without needing validation. That's where Stoic philosophy comes in. A high-value man doesn't flirt to win a woman. He flirts because he genuinely enjoys the interaction itself. He remains emotionally stable, never desperate for her reaction. His words, eye contact, and body language all align. A confident smile, a slow nod, or a well-timed pause speaks louder than any pickup line. Attraction isn't built with words alone. It's built through presence, energy, and confidence. And when you flirt with the right mindset, women feel it instantly. So ask yourself, are you flirting to impress? Or are you flirting because you enjoy the moment? Master this and you'll see attraction shift in your favor. Secret 3. The power of touching her hair. Most men completely overlook this, but women love it when a man knows how to touch her hair at the right moment. When done correctly, it's one of those small gestures that creates an instant emotional connection. But done wrong, it can feel uncomfortable, forced, or even intrusive. Here's why it works. The scalp is one of the most sensitive areas of the body, full of nerve endings that trigger deep emotional responses. A gentle touch on her hair can send subtle yet powerful signals of intimacy, trust, and attraction. And it's not just about the physical sensation. It's about the nonverbal message you send. I see you. I'm present with you. I'm paying attention to your energy. But this is where most men go wrong. They do it hastily or mechanically, without any real connection behind the gesture. Touching her hair isn't about playing with it absent-mindedly. It's about creating a moment of closeness. Imagine this. You're sitting with her, engaged in conversation, and at the right moment you gently move a lock of hair from her face. That one action, performed with intention and confidence, says more than words ever could. The timing is everything. This is not something you do on a first date or before building an emotional connection. It works best when she already feels comfortable with you, when there's chemistry and warmth in the air. If you lean forward slightly, if you smile in a way that invites closeness, that's when you know the time is right. The worst thing you can do is force it when she's not ready. That's why presence and awareness are crucial. From a Stoic perspective, this connects directly to emotional intelligence and restraint. Stoicism teaches us to read situations without acting on impulse, to stay in control rather than being controlled by desire. This means not reaching for her just because you want to, but because the moment is truly right for creating a connection. So next time you're with a woman and the moment feels right, don't underestimate the power of a simple touch to her hair. When it's done with confidence and intention, it's one of those subtle gestures that leaves a lasting mark. Secret 4. The subtle power of placing your hand on her back. This may seem like a small, insignificant gesture, but it actually says a lot. A simple, confident touch on the lower back of a woman while guiding her through a crowd or while walking together communicates something deeply attractive. Leadership, confidence, and protection. And yet, 99% of men overlook it or hesitate, unsure if they should do it at all. Women don't need big displays of masculinity to feel safe. They need subtle, instinctive signals that a man is grounded, present, and capable of leading. When you place your hand on her back in a calm, confident, and assertive way, you send the message that you are in control of yourself and of the situation without saying a single word. It's not about dominance or control. It's about showing her through action that you are aware, present, and leading with quiet confidence. Most men get this wrong. They either doubt themselves too much, making the moment awkward, or they do it in a way that feels forced and unnatural. But when done correctly, the touch is light but deliberate, brief but intentional. Just enough for her to feel it and register your presence in a way that feels natural. Imagine this, you're walking together toward the entrance of a restaurant. You step ahead to open the door. Your hand rests briefly on her lower back, just enough to guide her forward without interrupting the flow. That moment is quiet leadership. A subtle gesture that subconsciously reassures her she's with a man who moves with confidence and intention. From a Stoic perspective, this is where she begins to see you differently. Secret 5. How a well-groomed beard triggers primordial attraction. You might think facial hair is just a style choice, but science and psychology suggest otherwise. A well-groomed beard does more than change your appearance. It changes how women perceive you on a subconscious level. Studies show women often associate bearded men with strength, maturity, and protection, 3 qualities that trigger primal attraction. Think about it. In ancient times, warriors and leaders almost always had beards. The beard symbolized wisdom, resilience, and masculinity, traits that signaled a man's ability to provide, protect, and lead. And even today, those associations haven't disappeared. When a man wears a beard, he is often perceived as more dominant, more self-confident, and even more trustworthy. But here's the catch. It's not just about growing a beard. It's about maintaining it. A scruffy beard can suggest laziness, while a well-kept beard shows discipline and self-respect. That's why women are attracted to men whose facial hair looks intentional, not careless. It subtly communicates, I take care of myself. I'm in control. I understand my presence. This ties directly to Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul is dyed with the color of your thoughts." In the same way, your external appearance reflects your internal discipline. A beard is not just facial hair. It's a statement of composure, patience, and self-mastery. You don't just let it grow, you cultivate it to project the presence you want to embody. And let's not forget one more factor: contrast. A well-groomed beard frames the face, sharpens the jawline, and makes expressions more distinct. This naturally heightens attraction, giving a balance of ruggedness and refinement, a combination women find irresistible. So, do you need a beard to be attractive? No. But if you can grow one, it's a tool worth considering. And if you already have one, maintaining it properly can amplify how you are perceived, especially by women. By now, you've discovered 5 hidden secrets that most men completely overlook. Yet these small, powerful actions can forever change the way women perceive you. Each one triggers subtle psychological signals that build confidence, intrigue, and deep attraction, without you overexerting yourself. Let's recap. The power of touch before intimacy creates emotional connection. Most men ignore it. Respectful flirting sets you apart as confident and in control. Touching her hair at the right moment sparks subconscious chemistry. Placing your hand on her back in public shows quiet leadership and confidence. Being her protector in small ways makes her feel safe without realizing how much she craves it. Using the power of dreams plays with her emotions in a way that builds curiosity and attachment. And finally, a well-groomed beard taps into primal instincts of strength and masculinity. Now the question is, how do you apply all this in real life? The key is not to force it. Attraction is built through presence, confidence, and self-awareness. If you try too hard to apply each secret mechanically, you'll miss the point. Women can sense when you're forcing an act versus when you're truly present. Attraction isn't a checklist. It's a reflection of your energy, your discipline, and your ability to stay grounded in the moment. The Stoics taught that mastery begins with the self. When you embody presence, confidence, and restraint, the world responds to you differently. You don't chase. You don't beg. You don't prove. You simply are. And that's what makes you unforgettable. So, take these 5 secrets and let them shape the way you show up, not just with women but in life. Because when you walk with quiet strength, you stop competing with the 99% and step into the rare circle of men who lead, inspire, and attract without effort. If this message spoke to you, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the insights that will sharpen your mind, strengthen your spirit, and unlock the kind of life most men only dream about. Stay disciplined, stay grounded, and remember, true power is not in what you show, but in who you become.